Hello, welcome students. In the previous session, we discussed about what is fiber slicing. So fiber slicing is nothing but we need to connect two fiber end faces with permanent connections. So there are two methods to do fiber slicing. One is fusion slicing, second one is mechanical slicing. In fusion slicing, with the help of electrodes and electrical arc, the permanent connections will be made. So we have discussed with the help of block diagrams. So what is the drawback of fusion slicing is if you provide a excess heat, the fiber may be or it will get very weak. So that is the drawback of fusion slicing. In this session, we are going to discuss about continued version of slicing, that is second method, mechanical slicing. In mechanical slicing is a fiber slice where mechanical fixtures and materials perform fiber alignment and connections. So with the help of mechanical fixtures and materials, we are providing fiber alignment and connections. So mechanical slicing may involve either passive slicing or active slicing. In passive, what happens? Passive alignment. It is done with help of precision reference surfaces, either grooves or cylindrical holes during slicing. So in passive alignment, what we are doing with the help of precision reference surfaces, we are providing alignment. The second way is active alignment. In active alignment, it involves the use of light for accurate fiber connections. It will use a light for accurate fiber connections. So these are the two ways we are using in mechanical slicing. One is a passive alignment, second one is active alignment. Next, what are the types in mechanical slicing? We are having two types. One is V-groove slicing. Second one is elastic tube slicing. We will discuss one by one now. The first one. First one is V-groove slicing. Here in the figure, so this is one fiber end. This is second fiber end. The end faces are neatly aligned here. Fiber to be sliced. So this part is V groove substrate we are having, and this is fiber ends are clamped here. This part we are clamping the fiber ends. In this method, the prepared end fibers are first butted together. The prepared end fibers end faces are butted together in a V-shaped groove as shown. In a V-shaped groove as shown. Then they are bonded together with an adhesive or gel. They are bonded together adhesive or gel having the same refractive index. Otherwise the size will vary. So it is having the same refractive index. The V-shaped groove substrate may be made up of silicon, plastic, ceramic or metal substrate. It is made up of grooved silicon or plastic or ceramic or metal substrate. In this V groove slicing, it will provide permanent connections. It will make two fiber as one fiber. The total loss depend upon the fiber size. It will depend upon fiber size and eccentricity of the fibers. So what is the disadvantages of this V groove slicing? So to obtain one fiber, it requires two or more positioning rods. It requires two or more positioning rods. So this is your V groove optical fiber slicing technique. Same explanation here given, you can go through. So the bonded together with an adhesive are held in a place by means of cover plate. Next will be elastic tube slicing. Here in this type, two fibers are joined by inserting in a tube-like structure such as snug fitting, glass tube, or thermal shrinking or elastic tube. So the two fibers are inserted in a tube-like structure. So here in the figure, so this part is electrical material we are using, that is elastic material we are using. This is also elastic material. This is one fiber. This is second fiber. This is already inserted fiber. This is fiber being inserted. This is axis alignment. This is for both fiber axis alignment. This is capillary tube size. This is tube size which is less than these two fibers, diameter of the fibers. This is opening part of fiber, opening part of elastic material. This is also opening part of elastic material. From the above figure, it is clear that the two fibers are inserted in elastic tube structure where, observe the diameter, the diameter of already inserted fiber is greater than the diameter of inserting fiber. You can observe it is greater than the diameter of inserting fiber. From this one point we can clear that, so we can have a different size of fiber can be sliced, not same size, different size fiber can be sliced with the help of elastic tube slice. And observe the radius of this, radius of the elastic tube is which is less than already inserted fiber as well as inserting fiber. So in this type, it provides a convenient and a rapid method of elastic tube slice provides convenient and rapid method type of permanent connections or semi-permanent connections. So one major thing you need to observe is the diameter will be different of inserted fiber and fiber being inserted. In this we are having two types. One is so this is the explanation. So it will automatically align a lateral, axial as well as longitudinal alignment in elastic tube slice. So next, types of elastic tube slicing. So we are having two types. One is snug tube slice. Figure A represents that. Second one is loose tube slicing. Figure B represents that. So observe here, this is in, we'll go for snug tube slicing. So this is fiber 1, this is fiber 2. These two fibers are, we are doing a permanent connection, that is we are doing slicing. So this is glass or ceramic capillary. This is glass or ceramic capillary whose diameter is little bit higher than the diameter of the fiber. So now we will have the explanation. In this method, the prepared fiber ends are permanently bonded with the help of rigid alignment tube. As shown. It utilizes a glass or ceramic capillary with inner diameter is slightly greater than the diameter of the fiber. So next, transparent adhesive is injected. Transparent adhesive is injected through a transverse bore in the capillary. Transference adhesive is injected through a transference bore in the capillary to give mechanical sealing or index matching of the slice or index matching of the slice. So from this we can have permanent connection. So easy way remember is we are connecting two fiber end faces which are connected here, already prepared. So we are using glass or ceramic capillary which its diameter is slightly greater than the diameter of the fiber. After having the connections, we are providing transparent adhesive through this to have the index matching of the slice. Second one is same thing we are doing. We are also in loose tube slicing. Same everything we are having the permanent connection. The only change is we are using much greater capillary. It uses oversized metallic capillary of square cross section. So observe it is square cross section shape, oversized compared to snug tube slicing. Observe here the size is over shaped, little bit more shape, little bit more size, and the shape of the capillary is a square cross section. The capillary is first filled with, before joining, the capillary is first filled with transparent adhesive. It is first filled with transparent adhesive, after which the prepared fiber ends are inserted into it. Firstly, we are putting transparent adhesive, then we are joining the two fibers. We are prepared end faces are joined. The two fiber end faces are forced against one of the corner of four square faces. Observe here, one of the corner of four square faces. So this is your explanation regarding loose tube. The only difference is the size of the capillary is more compared to size of the snug tube, glass or ceramic. And before inserting, we are providing transparent adhesive. Here, after inserting, we are providing the transparency additive to have the index matching of slicing. So after inserting, we are having the slicing here in loose tube slicing technique. So that you need to remember. So this is the explanation. Next. So next we will discuss about what are the losses we may have in slicing for single mode fibers. So for single mode fiber, the lateral offset misalignment loss is given by the equation L single mode lateral is equal to minus 10 log of exponential minus d by w whole square. Here d represents lateral displacement, w represents mode field radius. Second formula is single mode fiber angular misalignment is given, loss is given by loss single mode angular is equal to minus 10 log of exponential minus pi n2 w theta divided by lambda whole square, where n2 is a refractive index of cladding, w is mode field radius, theta is angular misalignment in radius, and lambda is nothing but wavelength. So these two formulas we need to remember for solving the problems. Let us discuss one problem regarding to this particular loss. So a single mode fiber has a normalized frequency V is equal to 2.20. A core refractive index N1 is equal to 1.47, a cladding refractive index N2 is equal to 1.465, and core diameter 2A is equal to 9 micrometer. What is the insertion loss of fiber joint having a lateral offset of D is equal to 1 micrometer? So this is a question you asked. For the mode field diameter, you need to use the expression that is also given in the question itself. So what you need to find out? You need to find out what is the insertion loss occurred due to lateral offset for single mode fiber. For that we are having the formula. What is the formula? Minus 10 log of exponential minus d by w whole square. What you need to find out? You need to find out w. So you need to find out w first, then you need to substitute it. So what is the given data? They are given is V is equal to 2.20 normalized frequency, and refractive index of core N1 is given by 1.47, Cladding is given by N to 1.465 and the core diameter they are given 2A is equal to 9 micrometer. But observe in this W the formula is you require A. So A will be 9 by 2, it will be 4.5 micrometer. And D they are given in the question, it will be 1 micrometer. So the formula for W is equal to A into 0.65 plus 1.619 V to the power of minus 3 by 2 plus 2.879 V to the power of minus 6. Now what is the unknown term? A and V are unknown term. A is given in the question, 2A is equal to 9, A will be 4.5, substitute here, A will be 4.5 and V is already given in the question itself. So V is 2.20, you substitute in the W equation, we are getting W is equal to radius. Mode field diameter is equal to 5.27 micrometer. Now what is the formula for lateral offset? Minus 10 log of exponential d by W whole square. So d is already given in the question, it is 1 micrometer, substituted. So minus 1 divided by 5.27 whole square. After calculating, you are getting the answer as 0.156 dB. Next, same problem, we need to calculate angular misalignment. We need to calculate angular misalignment with theta is equal to 0.0175 radians at an 1300 nanometer wavelength. So now what is the formula for angular misalignment? Pi n to W theta divided by lambda whole square. You require cladding index, that is refractive index of cladding. You require W. You require angular misalignment in radius. You require lambda. So what is 1.465 is N2. So that is given in the question. Cladding refractive index is 1.465. So you are substituting here. 5.27 is W. Already you are calculating the previous problem. 0.0175 is theta given in the question. That divided by lambda. What is lambda? Lambda is wavelength. That is also given in the question. It will be 1300 nanometer. Substituting in that, so pi is constant term 3.14, 1.465 is refractive index of cladding, 5.27 is W, 0.0175 is angular misalignment in radius divided by lambda. Lambda is 1300 nanometer, it will be 1.3 nanometer. So whole square. After substituting and calculating, we are getting the answer as, so insertion loss due to angular misalignment is equal to 0.46 dB. Thank you, students.